Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So there's really two things that I wanted to speak about because every time I get into a topic, I always feel like there's something else that I want to cover. If you haven't already, please make sure you like this video. It will be very informative and it does help me out a lot as I do want this channel to grow. Now, there is a man that I know personally and they have given me the right to speak on this video, so I'm happy to go ahead and speak on this video. Purchased a home for $1.2 million. And, you know, at the time, because of the business that they're in, it looked like a nice financial decision. They're moving up in home, starting a big family, and wanted something that, would last him a lifetime. Me, on the other hand, I understand that most average people change their home every 5 to 7 years. And so I already knew what was in the cards: a bigger house every 5 to 7 years, a bigger and better house. But because of the pivot in the economy, business has slowed down. His mortgage was $5,900 a month. On top of that, he had a second mortgage for $2,000 a month. So he was paying $7,900 a month. In good times, he was making upwards of $15,000, $16,000 a month. Now he is making $8,000 a month. Because he's making $8,000 a month, he no longer has the capabilities of keeping this home together. And because, he's a businessman, his wife doesn't work a regular job. The wife might help out with the business in most cases, but with the pregnancy and everything, that has dwindled drastically. And so you have to take into account that, in good times, we always think it lasts forever. Even me, I have to analyze my situations and say, will this last forever? Will this always be good times? Or am I doing the right thing in order to prepare myself for any downturns that may occur, any downturns that may happen in my own life? Is my tenants always going to continue to pay rent? Will I always be this much drenched in prosperity? Or will I have some bad days and have to overcome them? So I can't just continue to invest and throw all my money into something so that I can get the maximum cash flow out of it without the wherewithal to understand that things break and people leave and there'll be vacancies and I must be ready for them. With that being said, he wasn't ready. Not ready for that $1.2 million home. Was not ready for the interest rates that crept up and was able to lock in at 6.5%. Wasn't ready for the decrease in income by almost half. Barely affording the home itself. How do you afford food? How do you afford utilities? How do you afford gas? So over time, this had a big effect on people. And during the pandemic, to pivot into something else, during the pandemic, when I was still working at Amazon, there was a lot of people who were executive chefs, a lot of people who owned their own business, a lot of people who were stay-at-home moms that said, my husband might lose his job. I have to start working. I have to start earning something. Hey, I got laid off. I need to earn something. I need to put some food on the table. They're not used to staying at home. They're not used to not working, outside of the stay-at-home moms, of course. And, it was good that the one stay-at-home mom that was working for me, she continued to work when her husband was out of the clear, and she knew that he would keep his job. she still continued to work because she just liked being there. And it's a beautiful feeling because it reminds me of myself. Like at that point I wasn't financially free. At that point I actually had to work. But I saw the joy in her face just going to work. And although it took me 2.5 years from that experience, from that encounter, to be in the same position to where I go to work now because I just like being there. Not because I have to, not because I need to make a quick dollar. It's all because I just like being at my job. And that alone is amazing. It's amazing to know that, you don't have to do this, but you do it anyway because it brings you joy, it brings you fulfillment, it brings you happiness. That stay-at-home mom was a stay-at-home mom for well over 15, 18 years. Hasn't lifted a finger in so long. And now she works part-time because she wants to, not because she has to. It's an amazing thing. And so, but why did she do it though? She did it in case her husband lost her job, his job, not because he would. So it's an amazing thing. I really do appreciate the forward thinking to say, in case something happens, we're going to get to work. And I completely understand that after children and everything else, that you would still have significant bills and you would still need to pay these things. However, I don't want to have raised children for 18 years and be in a place where my woman still has to work because I was unable to fulfill my obligations of protecting and providing within a time frame to where she would be able to rest easy and say, you know what, I have a decent life. I don't need to do this, but I do it because I want to. That's the lifestyle that I want to provide. I'm not saying that a woman would never work. I actually do want my woman to work at least part-time so that she has an understanding of what it takes to go out there into the field and produce. You can't just be at home all day expecting me to bring home the bacon and then never really have an understanding of what it is that I do on a daily basis. If you don't have an understanding of that, you can never truly respect it. And all I want is that someone respects that hustle, that grind. And in order to do that, you have to feel it sometimes, but not to the same extent that I'm feeling it, right? Part-time is good enough. Because even at part-time, you might say things like, I don't want to work today, or I hate my job. And that's all it takes for you to have a semblance of an understanding of what it is that I may go through. And that's all I'm looking for. But that's not relationship advice. Let's get back into the video. Again, there's two types of people. People who are proactive and people who are reactive. And essentially, that is the moral of this story. What are you going to be? Are you going to be proactive like the woman who got a job because her husband might lose his job and then ended up keeping his job and they were good to go? Or are you going to be reactive like my friend who bought the $1.2 million house and needs to pivot? Or the sous chefs who were making so much money and then needed to pivot towards Amazon because money slowed up and they got laid off? Let me know what type of person you want to be. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You know I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and Rumble, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.